Meet Mr. Charlie, a seasoned fisherman whose life is intertwined with the sea, a source of sustenance and livelihood. He is living in a coastal area with his family in a small house. One day, as usual, he was going for fishing in his own boat, and her daughter waved her hand for him. Charlie entered into the deep sea with calm weather. Time passed, and getting evening, his daughter and wife eagerly waiting for him. Charlie observed that the weather was getting worse. The sky became darker, dark clouds approached, and it began to rain. The waves are roaring, thunders are rumbling. The weather became worse. Caught in the midst of a raging tempest, Charlie fights against the fury of nature. He couldn't control the boat. The boat is tossed about by the waves, and eventually a massive wave crashes over the boat, causing it to capsize. The fisherman is thrown into the water, desperately clinging to debris from his boat. With his boat wrecked and his future uncertain, the fisherman must summon all his strength and courage to survive. Hours pass, and when he finally regains consciousness, he finds himself washed ashore on a remote island. He couldn't realize what was happened. He looked into the sea, but he couldn't find any sign of his boat. He felt very thirsty, so he looked around and found a coconut tree. He picked a coconut and drank its water. Charlie walked along the seashore, his hope dwindling with every step. There was no one in sight. He decided to explore the island in search of help and ventured into the forest. The forest was dark and mysterious. As hours passed, darkness enveloped the forest, which was now bathed in the gentle glow of moonlight. In the dark forest, Charlie lit a fire to keep the darkness at bay. Charlie fashioned a torch from the fire to improve visibility in the dark forest. Suddenly, Charlie noticed movement behind the leaves and felt a surge of fear. To his horror, he realized it was a black leopard. The hungry leopard lunged at him, attempting to attack. The roaring leopard leapt toward him, ready to attack. Terrified, he turned and fled deeper into the forest. Eventually, Charlie reached a deep part of the forest, where he became disoriented and lost. He unknowingly stepped into a marshland. As he struggled, Charlie began to sink deeper into the marshland, unable to free himself. As he sank deeper, Charlie's cries for help went unanswered. He realized he was alone, with no one around to hear him. Charlie was on the verge of being swallowed by the marshland when a hand suddenly reached out to help him.